Hello. So within 2 minutes, we will start. Can you all hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. I think many people might have logged off because I was about 10, 11 minutes late. So first, I would like to apologize that due to some other meeting, I got caught into some another meeting. So I'm late for this session. And if you have been waiting for me, I'm very sorry. Sincere apologies for that. Okay. So let's start. So as you are aware that drug discovery hackathon is really gaining good traction. We are getting a large number of participants who are interested in submitting ideas for this drug discovery session hackathon. As you are already aware, that 29 problem statements we have already released in public domain, and we expect our potential participants to start working on these problem statements. Meanwhile, we are working also on the submission platforms, and recently we have opened the registration for submission for this drug discovery hackathon. So if you now go to drug discovery hackathon page, you can see the button which says register. Now, the reason I am taking this session is because the registration process for this drug discovery hackathon, it's a bit tricky. Okay. It is two-level process. The first process or the first step involved is registration for MyGov. So when you go to the drug discovery page and click on register, it will ask you either to log in through your MyGov already registered credentials, or it will first ask you to register on MyGov. Okay. So on that page where it gets redirected, you have to register by giving your mobile number as well as your email ID. Okay. So you have to give both these informations correctly. Your mobile number and your email ID. Once you give your mobile number and email ID, there will be an authentication step. So one OTP will be sent on your mobile number. Okay. So the OTP sent on your mobile number will be very different than OTP sent on your email ID. So when you go to the next step, you will either authenticate your account by mobile number or email ID. And if you are going to authenticate by mobile number, then you should enter the OTP which you have received on mobile number. If you are authenticating by email ID, then you should enter the OTP which you have received on your email. Okay. So don't mismatch. Means for where you put in your mobile number and then put OTP which is for your email ID. Don't do that, or vice versa. So once you have that combination right of your mobile number and your OTP, you go to next step. Then you go ahead, manage your password, or also authenticate the other remaining your authentication thing. Means for example, if you are initially started with mobile number, then you can go ahead and authenticate your email ID or vice versa. Okay. So once this registration is done, okay, this MyGov registration is done, then you will actually go ahead and register as a team for our drug discovery hackathon. Okay. So, and that registration for drug discovery hackathon needs to be done either as team or as individual. So if you are registering as team, then you will register as a team leader. The first person has to be the team leader. He has to enter the details of his other members or mentors, and then an email will get triggered to the respective members, and then those respective members should go ahead and fill the remaining details. Okay. So it's a bit of a tricky process of registration, and the reason why we have kept this process tricky is because we want to doubly sure on what kind of people are getting onto this platform, because there is high value prize money is getting associated with this drug discovery hackathon. Okay. As eventually cash will be involved, prize money will be involved, we want to ensure that we have right people. And that's the reason, as I said again, that we have two-level registration process. I know that the process could be initially a bit tedious, and that is the reason I am actually doing this video. Okay. Otherwise, you go ahead and register. It's very, very simple. Okay. It's a no-brainer nowadays, because we register day in and day out. But still, I felt that I should go ahead and do a video explaining why we have to have a two-level registration process, which are the steps where you might falter, and which are the steps you really need to complete to ensure that your registration is a done deal. Okay. So this is very, very critical for us. So please, when you are going to register, please remember that it will be a two-level registration. You have to complete two-level registration. Okay. So yeah, we are also in touch with MyGov team. If you have any technical issues, please let us know. If you still have any problems, and I will be more than happy to take questions, and we can continue this discussion through the questions. So please let me know if you have any questions. So Anand has asked me, when will be the registration will be active? I have registered on MyGov platform. The registration is already active for Drug Discovery Hackathon. Okay. So once you have finished your MyGov registration, you can go ahead and complete the registration for Drug Discovery Hackathon. It's a big form. We are collecting a lot of information because we want to ensure that we have right kind of people getting into the system. Sir, when we will able to use CDAC tool room? This is another very important question. So once you have got registration, you will able to use the CDAC tool room. Currently, that module is under development. So it may take about maybe 5 to 7 days. But once this registration process is done, you will be able to use the same process or same registration to access the CDAC tool room. So for that to happen, your registration is important, and that's the reason I said you should go ahead and do your registration at the earliest. CDAC room will be available for you. Basically, CDAC has done a good work. Okay, they have completed their basic thing. The linkage between MyGov and CDAC is currently missing, and we hope to see that bridge or that linkage built in next 5 days or so. Okay, so you will certainly have that. So what is the last day for registration? So there is nothing called as last day for registration or so. uh, Last day for submission is currently 30th of September. So you have to submit your entries before 30th of September. So you can register at last day. We don't have problem. But then you will not able to work on the problem statements post register, or you cannot use the tool room before you register. So this is very, very important for you all that you register at the earliest, but you need to submit your entries uh, before on or before 30th of September. So that is the last day for submission of entries for the first phase. So the another question is, sir, is it necessary to have a mentor? Yes, it is not absolutely mandatory, but we recommend that you have a mentor. Okay, so you can also register as individual, so that's not a problem. Okay, but if you're registering as a team, we want someone as a mentor to actually guide you. Okay, one mentor can mentor for more than one teams. Ideally, we don't want to have that. Okay, we want one person as only part of one team. Okay, we don't want, we are not allowing one person to be part of multiple teams. Okay, one team can work on multiple problem statements. We are fine with that, but we don't want multiple people or members in multiple teams. Okay, one person should be part of only one team, because it will be easy for us to manage, it will be easy for you to manage while you are submitting your problem statements, while you are working with your problem statements. Okay, can a team have two mentors and 7 team members? No, we have fixed a cap of 6 plus 2. Okay, we have fixed a cap of 6 plus 2. So 6 team members, 2 mentors. This is the cap. This is the upper limit. So another question is, how can we submit our entries for problem statements? So currently we have put an Excel form there. If you see, against each problem statement, we have given a format of the form in an Excel format currently. Okay, but eventually we are going to build a complete submission form, a web-based submission form. So I think all the web-based submissions form will be ready by end of this month. But for you to know the format of submission, we have kept the Excel form ready there. So you know in what format we will be asking. We are building on the submissions forms right now. Okay. So once those submission forms, actual web-based submissions form will be ready, we will request you to submit the entry into web-based submission form. But you already know in what format we are going to ask those entries. So any other problem statement? Any other question? Sorry. Can team register without mentor? I think the team should able to register without mentor. Okay, but ideally, what you should do is you should collaborate. Okay, for example, computer science guys collaborating with chemistry guys, or pharmacy students collaborating with someone in machine learning. You create a multidisciplinary team with a good mentor from both the streams, so that you will actually able to do something really substantial. Okay, so so we are giving you the facility to collaborate. We are giving you the facility to have mentors. We are giving you the facility to have six students as a part of your six members as a part of team. You should use this facility and collaborate as much as possible, because when you will collaborate, you will work together, the ideas or the quality of submissions will be really very good. Okay, you will also learn to work as a team. You will also learn how to manage the team, how to lead the team. Time management is also one of the very good aspects of it. So please use this facility to, or use this opportunity to develop other skills also. I can't register with Gmail account. Do we need academic ID? No, you can register with Gmail account. No, we don't require academic ID. Academic ID will be ideal, to be very honest. Academic ID will be ideal, but you can register with your Gmail, Rediff Mail, Hotmail, Yahoo Mail. You can register. That should not be a problem. So again, I will repeat, on MyGov, the first step of registration, you can register with anything. Okay, you will require two levels of authentication. One is your mobile number, and second is your valid email ID. So valid mobile number and valid email ID. Okay, when you register with them, you will get two different OTPs. One OTP will go to your mobile number or your mobile, and one OTP will go to your email ID. These two OTPs will be different. Then in next step, when you are again trying to validate it or enter, if you are entering with your mobile number, then enter the OTP which you have got on your mobile number only. So that combination has to be right. You can use entering either by using email ID and its associated OTP, or you can use mobile number and its associated OTP. Okay. So once you enter either using mobile ID, so mobile number and its associated OTP, then you get into a system, go to the authentication, and then authenticate your email ID also, so that in future you can use both. Okay, that is very important. So this step is very important. Once this basic MyGov register, the process is seamless. It will take you there. The process will take you to the DDH registration form. Okay, so don't worry about it. And in that, there will be some pre-filled information like your name, like your mobile number, your email ID. It will be a pre-filled. It will be fetched from the original account. But you need to give other information related to which institute, which year, which faculty, which college, and so on and so forth. So then whether you are registering as a team or whether you are registering as an individual. So if you are registering as a team, you have to enter the team member names and the basic details of the team members, so that an email goes to those team members saying that you have been registered as a member by your team leader for this team. So now complete the registration process. So your remaining team members will go ahead and complete. He puts the basic details, name and email ID and phone number of those team members. Email from the system saying that you have got registered, and now complete the remaining information. So once you click into on that link, you will be directed to a system where they will ask you to complete the remaining information, like again, which college, which year, which area, and so on and so forth. All those details you will have to complete. Once you complete those details for all the team members, your mentors, then you will be ready for submitting your actual entry. Okay. Currently, we are not allowing submission of the actual entry. It's because we are in the process of designing the entry forms. Okay. But the format of those entry forms we have already given in form of Excel. So you should know what we are expecting. The connection is. Dear friends, whether I was clear, have you understood what I was trying to explain? Please let me know in your comment section. Hello? Okay, good. So I have started receiving some yeses. See, Pooja has asked the same question again, which I have explained. Same team members working on two different problem statements, one with mentor and one without mentor. Do they need to register as two different teams? Madam, I have said this before. Please remember, one member only part of one team. One team can work on two or three problem statements. We don't have problem, but you have to work as a team. When you register as a team, you have to work as a team. You may select one problem statement to work, or you may select three problem statements to work. That team remains same. You you cannot be part of multiple teams. Please understand that. I think I have been saying this. I have said this before. I have said this in my earlier webinars also. So please don't ask same question again and again. Again, Shivangi Tiwari. Sir, how can I register for this hackathon? The form of these hackathons are out. I am precisely the webinar what I am doing is for the same thing. I have said the registration is already on now. And that is the reason I am here. And I have explained the entire registration process also. So it means you people are not listening. Some of you at least. There is Sugesh Rasu question. Sir, can we collaborate with industrial persons? Yes, you can collaborate with industrial people. On the contrary, you should collaborate with industrial people. We encourage multi-institutional collaboration. Okay, so go ahead and collaborate as much as you possible. How participants will be given software licenses? Once you will register, you will be eligible for all these processes. So we want you to register as early as possible so that we can fetch that information from MyGov. We can share that information with the partners like Schrodinger, and then they will give you all the licenses, or they will make you the licenses available for you for free. Okay, so that is the reason all this information is very, very important for us, because we don't want indiscriminate people to just get into the system. Please understand. So we want to have validated people into the system, and that is the reason the registration process is bit tedious, but we are still going with it. If the person has registered individually and now the same person wants to be part of the team, is it possible to do so? No, it is not possible. Okay, one person, only one team. So you should not register as individual then. If you do that, you will not be eligible. So how can we get access to the Schrodinger licenses? I have contacted Schrodinger. They said that they are saying organizers has to request the license. Yes, we are in touch with all the partners like Schrodinger, Chemexon, and Amber, and so on and so forth. Once you register, we will share that information with them, and then you will get the license. So that is the reason, as I said, registration. Your registration is very important for us. So there is one question regarding training. I will come to that. Okay, there is another very interesting question by Yogesh Jagtap. Can this journey be considered as industry internship, industry projects officially, as we have this in current semester? Yes, we have already sent letters to all the colleges saying that participation in hackathon should be considered for either 3 credit courses or as an industry internship, or should be treated as internship by the institutions. So yes, we have already requested the colleges to formally consider participation in hackathon, but you have to go through the entire process, okay, of submission. There has to be some novelty in your project. Whether you get selected or not in the first phase is a different story, but you have to go through the entire process of training as well as submission, and you will be eligible for considering this entire period as an internship period. If someone has completed their masters but right now they are not affiliated to any college, how can they participate? Yes, you can certainly participate as individual, and that is the reason we have given as individual, or you can join as team. And when you are registering, if you're not affiliated to any college, you can always say freelancer or something of that sort, and we have made provisions for that. Okay, self-employed. Okay, so just look at the registration form and you will able to register. Don't worry about it. Will these resources will be held on a single platform for accessibility of multiple participants? Please correct me if I am wrong. Yes, we are trying to create as single platform as possible for all the resources, but for some of the company. So in CDAC virtual tool room, you will get majority of the tool rooms in that virtual tool room. But for some like Schrodinger, you might have to go to a different place. Okay. So we are trying to get as many things as possible, but we may not be successful in for each and every tool. Okay. Yes. Registration form is open. Again, I'm just reiterating that information. Okay. So what we will do, we will stop here right now, and I will again join in the next 4-5 days. Okay, to check whether you have any queries. Maybe next Monday or Tuesday, I will again we will all join together. I will put out a banner soon, and we can discuss. And there, rather than having a monologue, we can actually go ahead and have. I will like to answer as many questions as possible. Okay. So before I conclude, I just want to emphasize on 2 things. One, so 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 we are having a large number of trainings, and before and initially we had a very good response. We used to have 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 individuals joining those trainings. Okay, but now the response has suddenly gone down, and we have anywhere between 50 to 100, 150 people joining those trainings. So if you really want credits, if you really want certificates, okay, then you have to go through those trainings. Okay, and the certificate which you will get by completing those trainings or viewing those trainings will be signed by Principal Scientific Advisor to Prime Minister, Dr. Vijay Raghavan. Very important. He is the highest man in area of science in this country. He is going to sign that certificate along with Chairman All India Council for Technical Education and Director General CSIR. Okay, so you will never get such a certificate in this country which is signed by such high dignitaries. So I request you all to join those training sessions in large numbers. Okay, this is extremely important because we are trying to give you world-class trainings. So please don't miss this opportunity. Please use the content which we have created for you. Please join this movement. So I can understand sometimes that there are 3 trainings per day. So sometimes it could be really very taxing. But we are trying to get best of the people in the country to actually. One very important thing I'd like to share with you. And second thing is that once you have submitted your entries for phase 1, okay, once you have done your registration and you have submitted your entries for phase 1, you will also be eligible for working for phase 2 and phase 3. So registration process is very, very important. And you need to ensure that you register because you will only able to register for phase 1. We are not going to allow new registration in phase 2 and phase 3. Okay. So the teams which will get registered for phase 1 will be eligible even for phase 2 and phase 3. Okay. So these are the 2 very, very important things which I want all of you to remember. First is training and the registration, which is not only just for phase 1, the same registration will be used for phase 2 and phase 3. Okay. So we will stop here today. And we will again meet on maybe Monday or Tuesday. I will work with my team and put out the schedule again for interaction. So thank you very much. Thanks for sparing time. And I once again apologize for starting this session about 10 to 12 minutes late. Thank you.